So the new features in the one that we've added this gig called the overview, which actually shows you all your audio routings and if they are working or not, and you can change these live. So for example, I have a deck here that I've added. I want to add this to a mixer. And when I do that, the audio will start going, and it will also add a mixer channel here. So same thing if I want to add some other gear. For example, I add another effect rack. You see it popping up in the background. It's empty because I haven't added effects, but it also comes out here. So now I can route stuff through there also. And you can have multiple outlets for your music, so if you want to go through different sound cards. So in here, then I go just go here and decide, okay, maybe I add a bit brusher there, and then just find a place for it on screen. And of course all these are saved in your layout, so you can have different layouts with different amount of gear menus like the menus earlier. Another feature is that we added the so-called hide function. So if you have mapped something, your controller, you might not need to see what you've mapped already on the screen. So for example now, I can hide the mixer if I like. So I press here, it's hidden. But if you go to the overview, you still see it's there, music is going through it, but it's not taking space on your screen. So something you map, you not necessarily need to see. Text you probably would like to see anyway on the screen. So now we are saving space and can afford to have a bigger deck there. What else? Of course, a new MIDI learn functionality, which means everything is like visually mappable, so you don't have to do any MIDI commands or anything. You just select whatever controller you want to have for each of these, for example, decks separately, and then it opens up what you've already mapped. So then you can just go here, okay, I've mapped those ones. If I want to map something new, I just click here, click a button here, and now it's mapped and it works. You can also fine-tune these mappings. For example, here, if your controller has buttons for loop length or whether it has a wheel, and also what kind of sensitivity it has, depending on what kind of encoders you have. Save or scratch, these features, so you can fine-tune it to make it perfect without having to do any commands there. So that's the MIDI mapper, which is actually really nice to use, really quick. And these MIDI learn overlays show that these haven't been mapped, these two decks have been mapped. And they change, if I change the controller here, then they'll show what I've mapped with that controller. So that's a big feature. Some other usability stuff, for example, if I drag this here, it says replace it. I drag it up here, now it jumps in the timeline mode. I can place it here, and then if I go back, I can go here and edit my play position is right there. Also some other stuff we've added, so you can have different grids within one track. So if I want to go here and you want to edit your grids, let's do just any random kind of grid. So I decide, okay, maybe anything like that, but then you decide, okay, it's gonna change from here on, it's a different grid. So then you just drag a grid here, and now the grid changes, and then you can stretch this grid so you can match the tempo of the deck. So that's another new feature in the edit mode. So as feature-wise, everything is ready. Now we are just fine-tuning the final details before release, making everything stable, making sure it works on different platforms.